Hello again, everyone. My name is Tiffany Gore, and welcome back to another episode of To the Core. This is now episode number 3, and today I want to talk about something that I find really interesting because it relates to me, and I know it relates to a lot of people because of the time period. I know I said I wasn't going to talk about COVID. This technically isn't talking about COVID, but it has to do with COVID, I guess. I don't know if any of you guys scroll through my YouTube channel, but recently I uploaded like kind of a short film that I had to do for one of my classes, and the topic that I did it on was how people have escaped their actual realities and exchanged it with virtual ones due to this pandemic. Now, this very much relates to me because when lockdown happened, I was stuck on my video games. It was a way for me to talk to my friends and, create a new kind of reality for myself that wasn't depressing or sad. And I was able to just go into my video games and have a good old time and, play along, play online, talk to people online. And same thing with like social media, TikTok. Everybody knows TikTok blew up even more when the pandemic hit. And, everybody's sitting in their house bored. So they're just going to hop on TikTok and, create content or view content, whatever floats their boat and makes them happy to make them forget about what is going on in their environment right now. So in the short film that I just did, I had recorded two of my good friends because, they could relate. One of the girls that's in there, she just started playing video games, which is crazy because she's never played video games her whole life. We're in our 20s now. And during this pandemic, she decides to buy a video game console because she sees all of us talking about playing our games online together and she felt left out. During like, it's just crazy to me like that this is what it's came down to because you talk to people who like played video games when it first came out and it was never this like advanced, and obviously they weren't living in the state that we're living in now, that people are literally hooked onto video games. Like people who haven't never played video games, that's all they do now. And like my friend, she's always on her game now, which is crazy because she's never played video games. She's 20 years old and she bought her first console, and now she's deciding to play online games with us because she felt left out. When I was doing this, I had to do a little bit of research, and in 2020, like the top two games that people are playing the most was Animal Crossing, New Horizons, and Among Us, which are two games that are, you know, kind of like on the social media side. You have to communicate with people when you play these games because you're playing with strangers. And on Animal Crossing, it's like you basically create a new life on there. Like you have your island, you have your villagers, you create it how you want to, you have your house. If you don't want to be living in this depressing time period, you could hop onto Animal Crossing and play a relaxing game and just walk around your island and fish and catch bugs and do whatever you do on there. So I kind of figured that video game sales went up during the pandemic, but I didn't think it went up like that. Um, for me, like, I play video games a lot, but it was worse during the pandemic because I was just sitting at home. Now I still don't, but I know that, like, how I said, my friend who plays a lot of games now, and she's never played video games. And I feel like, because I've been playing video games almost my whole life, because I grew up with two older brothers, seeing her now, like, obsessed with the fact of playing video games is crazy to me. Like, there's this new generation of people and young kids now who are just obsessed with playing video games because that's all that they were able to do. now you got these kids out here wanting to hang out on Fortnite or hang out playing Among Us. It's just a different time period, I guess. Um, yeah. So if you have the time, I think you should watch that well, not documentary, kind of short film. It's hilarious. My friends are really funny. And yeah, it's informative. There's some statistics in there, and you can see how social media has changed my friends because now they're just obsessed with it even more than they already were. And it's kind of scary because when this pandemic is over, how are people going to be after the fact? But yeah. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this little rant I had. Again, another short episode, but I'm on timing again. So my episodes should start getting longer and with more people. So hopefully you guys enjoy this one, and I'll see you on the next episode.